Hello and welcome to Lone Investor. So let's go for our stocks first and then take a look at the market. So as you can see today, I bought back Any and I opened up a position on QSI. So yesterday when Any was touching the trend line, I back some position. And today when it get close to the 20 days moving average, I get back some again. I still have not yet bought back my original shares that I have before. So my next add-in would be 1.8. If it doesn't drop there, I'll save the cash for something else. So I bought Any on April 1st at let's say 2.1, and then sold some on Monday for 2.9, and sold a bit more at 2.7 and 2.5. And I got back some yesterday at around 2.3, and I got back some today at around 2.1. So right now my average is 2.1-ish. So it is a little bit higher than my original price, but I did make some profit from the shares that I've sold at 2.9, 2.7, and 2.5. And if it did get to 1.8, then my average would be lower than my original average with the same amount of shares. As for Mara, I said I won't add in unless it touches the support line, which is under 23 bucks. And today it did hit under 23, but I missed my chance to buy the price during this time. And as you can see, it has gone back up, and then after market, it also got up about 2% already. So once again, if I miss the add-in, I'll leave it, I'll save the cash for something else. And if it does drop below 23, I'm looking at the early 22, I will add in again. And as for the inverse oil, yesterday I mentioned it has a little breakout, and today in the morning it was up quite a bit, and then right now it's dropped back down. And if you take a look at the oil, so one time it hit the support line around 94.95, and then it has a quick rebound. And as I was mentioning, if oil price bounce back up to retest the trend line, I think only then I will enter position on SCO. So let's say if oil consolidate a little bit and then go back up and then get rejected and then head back down, I think SCO will also move sideways, and then when the oil touches the resistance line, it will either hit back the uptrend or it'll hit the downtrend line to have a double bottom. And also a quick reminder, oil is very sensitive to geopolitics, and if you cannot keep up to date on the news, I don't really suggest to get it in. And as for myself, I'm not a full-time trader, so I also can't really keep update of the news constantly. But if I do get in, let's say when it touches the trend line again, let's say at 5.4 or near the double bottom, let's say $5, I would definitely set a cut loss a little bit below the previous low, and maybe 4.8 or 4.75. So Nasdaq today is dropped below the 50 days moving average. So if Nasdaq does manage to go up tomorrow and on Monday, it will most likely hit the resistance point of 14,200. And by then, I'll probably sell some of the new add-in positions such as QSI that I got today. I'll talk about that in a bit. And next Tuesday on April 12th, the CPI data will be released, and I'll say there's a 90% chance that the inflation percent will be higher than the previous one, because the CPI data will be based on March. And as you know, the Ukraine-Russian conflict, although it started in February, but it started on February 24th, so it's only 4 days in February. So for example, for oil, I've highlighted the March period. As you can see, it is a lot higher than what we had in February, although it is coming back down a little bit. And as I mentioned, I think you'll have one last test of the resistance before it breaks down. But this will still play a big effect in the March data. So on February 12th, if the market is up, it will most likely to get rejected by the inflation bad news, and then it will probably come back down a little bit. Or it will do some sort of consolidation in the next 2 days. And then on Tuesday, it might drop to some sort of support level, either the cluster lows in here near 13.3K or at the bottom support line, which is at 13K. And as for QSI, I've always have it under my watch list, and I gave a target based on the retracement level that it will hit 3.9 someday. So during all this time, it was at my buy level, but I did not have any cash back then to get into QSI. And ever since the market YDA 2 weeks ago, some of my stuff were up, so I sold some stuff to have some cash. And when I QSI is back testing one of the downtrend line, and it's very close to the support line. And one of my strategies is that I should buy different stocks on every day when the market is red. So when the market recovers, one of them will turn green, and I can sell that for profit and to have cash. And if it continues to go up, then I can sell one stock one by one. So in the next 2 days, if it doesn't move much, I will definitely sell before the CPI data. And if it does go up to test the support line, I would sell it to hold cash for now. And if it does drop lower the next 2 days, I will hold cash until the CPI data is released to buy at a lower price. So that is just my personal strategy. But after I stop at 13.3K and 13K, I won't have any cash to buy anything else. So if it does drop lower, I can either consider a cut loss, or I can take a look at other data and decide if I want to hold out the period. And I want to spend a little time talking about the USD. So this is in weekly chart. So you're seeing from 2001 up until now, the USD is in some sort of a downtrend, and right now we're at resistance. So if you zoom in on day chart, currently we have a little breakout. And on one of my videos on March 16, I was talking about if it's time to buy Chinese stocks, and back then Alibaba was at $76. I recorded the video on March 15, but then by the time I uploaded it, it was past midnight, so it's March 16. 15. So on March 15, I was saying that it hits the resistance line and the double top has a divergence in momentum. So it will most likely to come back down, which will benefit the emerging market. So that was a good time to buy in Chinese stocks. So if you take a look at Alibaba, so by the time I was shooting the video, it was 76 bucks. So after the recording this day, it has jumped almost 100% from the lowest of 73 to the highest of 124. And then we see some consolidation and then now it's coming back down. And it has to do with the USD breaking out of the downtrend. So as you can see, the USD also has consolidation before breaking out. And previously we did have another false breakout and it was during the COVID time. And if you measure the breakout, so it was about 1.9%. So if we are treating this as a false breakout also, at 1.9%, it will put the index at 101. So we might see it rising to 101 and then drop back down. So if it does reach 101, I think that would be the time to get Chinese stocks again. So if you have entered in these few days, I do suggest to hold. If you have not entered Alibaba yet, I would suggest to wait until the US dollars to reach higher for a little bit. So when it does reach that high, I think we may see Baba dropping down, filling the gap. So somewhere between $80 to $85 would be a good chance to open up a position on Alibaba. So this is it for this video. If you like what I do here, remember to subscribe and push the thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time.